Hi, this is Richard Blaine. Thanks for stopping by my easy cooking blog. It's Sunday night here where I live and I'm getting hungry. I want something for dinner and I didn't want to do anything too complicated. And I thought, what would be simple and easy, hence the name of the blog, Easy, that everybody likes. And I thought, some comfort food. And I thought, what do I have laying around? Well, I had some spuds and I had some cheese and butter. And I thought, one of my favorite comfort foods, potatoes au gratin. Who doesn't like potatoes au gratin? So that's what we're going to make. So as usual with YouTube, I got 15 minutes. Let's get it on and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we have our dish. You either pre-butter the dish or use some non-stick spray. In the tradition of saving some calories, I use some of that non-stick spray. But first things first, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to melt somebody. I use milk. I use heavy cream. But that's what we're going to be adding to it with some other things. Anyway, so we have a pre-done pan. Now what we need is the major ingredient, potatoes. So here we go. We take our pan and we start layering potatoes. You can do it the long way, you can do it the short way. It doesn't matter. Just start layering potatoes. You can make them overlap. Really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. But what I do, as I'm layering these, is I will add, as a little add-on, I'll just sprinkle a little onion. Just sprinkle a little onion. And with each layer, sprinkle a little cheese. Not too much, you don't have to give it a ton, but just enough to get the job done. Each layer gets cheese. The final layer is going to be spud. So I just want to cover each potato just a little bit because the cheese is the glue that makes the potatoes stick together. And we watch our butter. Okay? And we go back and we make another layer of au gratin. Here we go. I can hear the butter bubbling. And as I said, we don't want it to burn. So I'm going to turn it to a low heat now. Another layer of spuds. I'm using red potatoes. A lot of people just use plain brown potatoes because they're inexpensive, but when you can get the red potatoes on sale, it's really not a bad way to go, and I do enjoy the taste. Most people enjoy the taste. I don't know anybody who doesn't like potatoes au gratin made out of red spud, and I don't peel my potatoes either. I like the skin. I like the skin on my au gratin. So we take some onion, we take some more cheese. And this is basically how it's going to go. It's a very simple dish, but one of the most favorite, one of the most popular comfort foods around, potatoes au gratin. It's simple, it's inexpensive. There's just hundreds of variations and ways you can make potatoes au gratin. Of course, if you add other ingredients to it like meat, peppers, things like that, it's not quite potatoes au gratin, but your base food is still potato. Okay, so the butter is clarified. I'm going to remove it from the heat for now. Don't worry, because it's still liquefied. Okay. Another layer of potato. Potatoes au gratin is basically a potato lasagna. I don't care what anybody says. Basically, potatoes au gratin is a potato lasagna. Here we go. Remember, the last layer has to be potato. Just naked potato. So we go for some more onion. In many ways you can layer the potatoes, but you want to leave some room in between them because the cream sauce that we're going to drop on them, you want it to get into all the nooks and crannies. In the meantime, I have an oven preheating 350 degrees. So you might want to get that mise en place. It's always a good idea when you're cooking to have everything neat together right from the get-go so you're not running around. Mise en place. Makes the cooking experience go that much quicker. Makes it that much better. Layer upon layer. Here we go. Running out of cheese. At least for this part. Alright. There goes the rest of the cheese. There goes the rest of the onion. You don't have to add the onion. The onion is optional. I just like the contrast. There goes the onion. Last layer. Okay. So there we have it. Basically, it's done. Okay. The butter is melted. I'm going to heat it back up again. I still have more cheese here. Now the reason we're going to do this is because with the butter, we're going to heat up the cream. And to that we're going to add some salt. And to that we're going to add some paprika for color. Now you have a choice, black pepper or red pepper flake. I like using red pepper flake because I like the heat. Okay. And we're going to stir this around. Once I get the dry ingredients with the cream, blend it together. I'm going to add a little bit of flour. Stir it in. The flour will act as a thickener. Now, when the sauce mixture begins to bubble, I'm going to add cheese to it. You have to constantly stir this mixture because you don't want it to curdle, you don't want it to break. Alright, we're at the point where it just gets bubbly around the edges because we don't really want it to boil. And we add in some cheese. We'll stir this around for about a minute, maybe two. Each stove, each oven is a little bit different. Might take a little bit longer. Remember to constantly stir this. Okay? If you don't, the cream or the milk, depending on what you're using, can break, and we don't want that. You just want the flour to thicken it too. You don't want it wet and runny. You also don't want it burning and sticking to the bottom of the pan. It's okay if you get a little on the sides. That's for you to eat later on with a spoon. You scrape it off. And we will gently pour this on the potatoes. Right down the center. Nice thin stream. Go along to the edges. Get it down the sides. Pour it in gently. Gently. This is the best part. You want to get it into all the nooks and crannies. There you go. Oops, a little gets off the side. Delicious. Really delicious. All the nooks and crannies. Get them filled. Little gets over the side, that's fine. Little gets over the side, that's fine, don't worry about it. Here's what I do. I tap it. Delicious. Okay. See on the other side? Little got off, that's okay. Okay. I tap it a little bit. I get the stuff to move a little bit. Because I want it to make it to the bottom. I want it to make it to the bottom. There we go. And take a little more paprika, just for color. That tastes good too. You can use sweet pap, you can use smoked pap, doesn't matter. Paprika's paprika, and it's all good. Alright, there we go. And into the oven it's going to go. The oven preheated 350 degrees. We're going to cook this 1 hour uncovered until it's nice and bubbly. And then we're going to do something to it that's optional. You can either have it this way, or you can use the option that I'm going to use. And that option is more cheese. but there's going to be something added to it, so it's going to be good. So here we go. Here we go. Into the oven. 350 degrees, 1 hour uncovered. And I'll see you back here on the flip side. Okay, we're back. Now, here's the option. This is going to be cooking 1 hour uncovered in the oven until it gets nice and bubbly and brown. And in that time, we're going to take another half a cup of cheese. And we're going to take some breadcrumbs. Okay? And we're going to mix them up. And in an hour, when those are nice and bubbly, we're going to put this on top and put it in for another 20 or so minutes. See you in a while. Okay, it's been about an hour, and it's time to take it out and see what it looks like. So, I'm going to don the mitts. Don the mitts, going to get this puppy out. Okay. Oh, beautiful. 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 Oh, yeah. Leave the heat on. Look at that. Piping hot, bubbling. Can't really tip it too much. Piping hot, bubbling potatoes au gratin. All right. Now here's the kicker. Here's the little extra touch that I do. In here I have some breadcrumbs and a little more cheese. And that's going to go on top, and then it's going to cook for about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on the oven more, and get nice and golden brown. It's going to be delicious. So you just layer this on, make it nice and even. Oh yeah. Breadcrumbs will get nice and crispy. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait because I am hungry. Get in the corners, get in the sides, get in the middle. There you go. And then what do we do with this? This goes back in the oven. Like I said, another 20 or 30 minutes. 350. Nice and tasty. Here we go. Get the rack. Get that in the center. We'll be back real soon. This will be done and it's going to be good. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back. It's time to take it out. Those breadcrumbs and cheese mixture on top. Probably going to be nice and crunchy by now. I can't wait. Alright. Oh, beauty. Beauty. Here we go. Okay. So there it is. Potatoes au gratin. One of my favorite comfort foods. You see how it is? All bubbly on top. The breadcrumbs nice and crunchy. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit for about 20 minutes. Cool down and rest. And then I'm going to cut into this and have a slice. Potatoes au gratin, the easy way. Thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you on the next video. Take care.